Hello everybody, Timix here. Welcome back to Let's Play Motorsport Manager. This is the Head Start for Hawkins Campaign Race 8, halfway through. And we're headed off to Guildford, where I have had better luck, usually, than I deserve. Now, if we look at the standings, almost triple the points of Panther. I did a bit of calculating. Assuming the distribution of points is about the same, we could potentially clinch by race 10, but it would be close, more likely race 11 if we have any slip-ups at all, which I really do think are going to be happening soon. So we've got Guildford, Milan, and Ardennes, and then possibly Phoenix. But by the end of that, I expect to have clinched and do the rest off screen. So that's where we are in wrapping up this challenge, and we're only halfway through, but wrapping up still seems to be the way it's going to go. Yeah, another day. CSN has a question for us. Diaz soaking a shower campaign, blah, 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 blah. Yep, we're going to support our people. So those are getting rather repetitive at this point. Not at all a hard-fought win for Diaz. You're lying again. There's our repairs. And did we have a sponsor open, or was it? Yeah, it's one more race till our first potential 2-star sponsor. Okay. And I don't think we had anything. Nope, we don't have anything that we can improve. So everybody's going to sit here and be bored. So let's just get on with it. See, yes, he's better than happy that we're not finishing down in 8th. Megan Twiggs wants to talk about Guildford. 43 laps, 3.5 miles, track record close to 2 minutes. So as a longer track, we're definitely going to be looking at being more selective in practice. Some rain chance. High-speed circuits, strong engines, and we've got the best engines, so that should be good. Super soft, soft, and medium, the standard approaches. And Roger Harrison loves having a great engine. Okay, and the ERS went to Ardennes and did their things which we don't care about. You're going to whine about money again, aren't you? Yes, you are. We're considered the team to beat, of course. Zoe Sharp talking smack, saying Victoria Diaz doesn't deserve to be on top. And Jenny North looking forward to having a big race for Catano. So that's our preview. Let's see how the changes in our car. Definitely the overall is lower. Wow, 5th. Still the best engine. Still the best acceleration. 2nd in brakes. So, I mean, that's still strong. 6th in the front wing. 5th suspension. 6th. Yeah, so dead average there. We're still above average, just a hair in the rear wing, and by a significant amount on the suspension. You know, it's our chassis, and more importantly, of course, the race strategy that's getting us through at this point. I still think we want to go with our 2nd place goal, particularly after what happened last time. Now it says 18, 19, 15 degrees on race day, which means we're probably going to be vacillating between super softs and softs. I don't see any reason to go medium. I don't think we'll have time to get into them much in practice. I don't see any reason to really use them at all, so Could go 9 and 5. Yeah, I think I want to do that. 9 and 5. Off we go. Well, let's take a look at our predictions here. Harrison picked 3rd and Diaz 5th. Well, let's prove them wrong, shall we? Birds are out here at Guildford. Okay, so we've got the engine, the suspension, and the rear wing is crucial. Well, while the engine is number 1, and we're looking great on that, we're not anything great on the other parts. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. And Harry Chapman for Steinman, Nina Holtz for Steinman in 4th. So they're looking good. Jenny North was talking up a storm for Catano. She's in 10th. Zoe Sharp 8th. So Panther not looking great in 8th and 9th. And Sophie Richards says it looks like we're going to get a good result. And people talking about Diaz's speed, even though she finished 7th. So we got lots of fans here, but, you know, it seems to be a little bit out of proportion with the actual results. So we got partly cloudy, 19 degrees as expected, qualifying being the warmest day of the weekend. Might give us a little bit of help there in terms of speed, to give everybody a little bit of help. Super softs and qualifying would seem to be the rather obvious order of the day. We didn't even come close. And Vasquez, the clear class of the field. Sharp somewhat back, and then there's everybody else. It's also going to make it harder for us to break away at the beginning. If you look, drivers are all over the place. Catano's got 1st and 8th. Scuderia Rossini more consistent in 4th and 6th, just ahead of us, 5th and 7th. And Steinman's 3rd and 9th. Panther team 2nd and 10th. So there's no team really ahead of the others. And Sarin happy with his team. Everybody's impressed with Vasquez, which we all should be. I think it's his 2nd time he's beaten us to the pole. Okay, but yeah, we're going to have to work through traffic more than we ever have before here. We're definitely going super soft. Let's just check our... Yep, it's 15. There's no sign of rain as of yet. I don't see any reason not to do super softs and race trim. We're going to forego that fuel economy deal. I think that the performance bonuses are worth more. And let's not forget to change this. Get our fuel options. Okay, 43 laps. We try to do it in 2 stops, might take 3. So, I believe we want to go down to 31. Vasquez, decent, sharp, looking good in the front row. Chapman, good. Wixler, not so much. Harrison, solid in row 3. And all the way back in row 4, a decent showing for Diaz. Yeah, so a lot of drivers just solid. Nobody below 4, and only Sharp at 7 is above 6. So really hoping to get off to a good start here. There's Harrison. Diaz not looking great, but wow, look at Harrison taking off. I was actually watching the red cars there, not not ours. I was watching Scuderia Rossini. But Harrison's in 3rd and Diaz back to 7th, which is where she started. So Harrison competing for the lead, not so much Diaz at this point. Closely packed top 4, Chapman, Wexler, Harrison, and Vasquez, and now it's Harrison in 2nd, which puts us in the sponsor objective positions. They're kind enough to tell us, and Diaz up in 5th now, challenging to get in that leading group, up to 4th. Come on, Harrison, make this pass, get by Chapman before I've got to back you off. Diaz up to 3rd. So our light fuel strategy, as always, paying dividends. Only Harry Chapman, the holdout. And it looks like we're going to need to go down. We're going to go down here and let him burn himself out. Okay, so I think what I want is Diaz to come in this time, and then Harrison on the next stop. Yep, that'll get them both in with plenty of tire, and we're over 1/3 of the way through the race. So since they're so close together, I've got to stagger them. We're going to want to get about 15 laps out of them the rest of the way, so I will be doing a little bit of pushing on the next couple stints. Let me check the... Yep. So Diaz will give up the lead. So far it's been Chapman, and then Diaz. It'll be Harrison. Then the real question is, after Harrison pits, who's in the lead, what's the order, who else has come in? All of those fun things, and a good pit stop of 2.5, just under 2.5 for Diaz. And she will come out in... Oh, let's take a look at where she is. She comes out in 6th. And she is behind, second half behind Chapman. Chapman and Oliveira just ahead of her. So we're going to want to watch that and get her by them. Whoa, hold on. I'm sitting here running my mouth, and I did not... Goodness, I didn't get Harrison in. So I think I had him run. Yeah, I had him run an extra lap. And he has a 0.1 second faster pit time. Diaz in 5th. Harrison in 6th. And Diaz, I don't know why I'm futzing about with this. Go. Just get by. There we go, past Oliveira. Now let's see what our gaps are. Just over a second behind Chapman. Well, we've seen this movie before. Where is Harrison in 6th? Yep, it's time for him to move on by. He'll push and get through Oliveira as soon as possible here. So I'm a little bit off on some of these adjustments. Come on, get by. She's on medium freaking tires. Just get by. There we go. And that's just in time for us to run our first hybrid stint of the day. And I think we're going to be doing a significant amount of pushing in the last section. There we go. We can call that 2/3. No problems that I see. I did change tires, right? Paranoid about not doing that. Go ahead and come in. And while you're doing that, we'll switch to harvest. For some reason, Diaz with a little more energy in the battery. Both drivers now in the upper 6. So both drivers doing good, and, you know, and as I said, it does sometimes change, because Diaz was not doing well earlier, and now she is. Gets by Blanc for the moment, but that won't hold as we're coming in. Harrison will get his moment in the sun again, taking the lead, and then being told to come in. Go neutral to start. No, I don't want him. No, he should be pushing. Neutral just for Diaz, who's back down to 5th. Yuck. Well, goodness. Get by. No, you shouldn't. Get by Oliveira. Oliveira's slow right now. Okay, there's Diaz. Alright, we're 2nd and 3rd. We can neutralize it again. We are behind Vasquez, the pole sitter, by a few seconds. He will need to come in again, and then it will pretty much be over for everybody else. And the 3-lap marker once again. Okay, it's time to go back to neutral on Diaz, and Harrison will have to do that as well. His tire temperatures are a little bit lower. He may make up a little bit of ground here, but it's not going to be a lot. Instead, we're riding with Victoria Diaz, who is going to soak up yet another win. I believe that's 5 in the 8 races. And we might as well go neutral now again with Harrison. Final 2 laps, 2.5 second gap. It's pretty much accomplished. And we're going to finish, instead of our 30 to 45 to a minute, we're going to finish 11 or 12 seconds up. The gap very much closing with the competition, but it has not closed completely. And nothing but open track for a while, as DeGraff is up there quite a ways. Final set of turns here at Guildford. Diaz gets the checkered flag. And Harrison is happy with second. We have completed half of the season. There haven't been many rule breakers that we've seen, and none so far. Nina Holt's having the bad day for Steinman with the crash. Other than that, you know, spread them out pretty good. Kitano 3rd and 9th. Windsor had 4th and 7th with Lippinen and Oliveira. They're probably the second place team of the day. Diaz now 14-point lead on Harrison. And look at that race for second. Kitano 106. Panther 106. Steinman with 105. And as it stands now, we have 5.5 races of points in our lead. So we continue to expand it, and we could have as little as 2 races left. And everybody just saying, yep, good job, Hawkins. You did it again. Whoopee. They didn't have anything to say about the other competitors, which is probably the biggest compliment in there. We're the only ones worth talking about. So 6.8 and 6.1. We've got a new ability here. Super overtake mode. Even more power at the cost of a higher fuel burn and condition loss rate. So if he needs to just put it all on the line, we have that ability. So, I mean, Franklin will probably use that some in at the beginning of races. So another small boost to marketability, up to a 3rd. And I lost $500,000. That's getting serious at 2.3. No work in progress. So that was Guildford. Milan coming up next. From what I remember of it, should be good for us with it being a fast track. We are going to be looking at getting a new sponsor and hoping that we get a good one, because we're going to need one. Yeah, we have one sponsor here. We're going to have more sponsors selling this. We have a good chance of at least holding this and keeping it from going down anymore. But I think we definitely do need to look at some of the other spots. You know, so I mean, if we end up with, I'd rather not just agree to 9th, but if, like, for example, the bonus pool isn't that much lower for this, and we could definitely finish top 9. So we'll be taking one of the other sponsors when that comes up. But for now, it's another win to celebrate. Milan coming up soon. Until then, thanks for watching.